we're going to go through some loosening exercises and some inversions to start us off. And remember that if you have any difficulty with anything, don't do it. Leave it and stop at a different level, because I will show you several different levels as we go along. A lot of these exercises were taught to me by my own teacher, Eugene Halliday. He had a specific routine. And so I'm going to go through some of these with you now. Okay, so what you need to do is make sure, of course, that you haven't got any tight clothing on, that you've got things that are easy to move in and not restricting. If you feel at any time that it's not right for you, please stop and just rest and breathe normally. Okay? So coming down onto your mat, have your knees bent and come down onto your mat. Let's start off with loosening movements by taking the hands onto the knees and just pressing down, holding. This is paschimottanasana. We bring the hands a little lower down onto the shins and press in and hold. And gently rock on your back from side to side. About 6 times. And then take hold of your kneecaps and rotate your knees in a circle the size of a dinner plate 6 times in each direction. When you've done that, bring your feet down onto the floor and then stretch out. Simply raise your right heel about 6 to 8 inches off the ground and hold that position. Point the toes away. Push your heel away. Point the toes away. Push your heel away. And relax your foot and lower your heel to the ground. Raising the left foot up at 6 to 8 inches off the mat. Point your toes away. Then push the heel away. Point the toes away. Push your heel away. Relax your foot and lower down. Let your toes drop out and feel the release of your lower back and your hips. Breathe in as you raise your arms above your head, deep in breath. And breathe out as you lower down. Blow the air over the lips. Do it again. Breathe in. And out. Bring your feet together once again. Raise your right leg up to 90 degrees, ankle bone in line with hip bone. If you have any trouble holding that, put your hands at the back of the leg and hold your leg in that way. Point the toes upwards. Release, push the heel upwards. Achilles stretching. Release, point the toes upwards. Release, push the heel upwards. Release. Slowly lower your heel down, under control, lowering down onto your mat. Bring the feet together. Raise your left leg up to 90 degrees, ankle bone in line with hip bone. Point your toes upwards. Release. Push your heel upwards. Release. Again, point the toes upwards. Release. Push your heel upwards. And release. Slowly to lower your heel down under control, bringing your heel down onto the mat. When your heel comes down, Drop your toes outwards and release. It's a pelvic release, a hip release. Breathe in as you raise your arms above your head. Deep in breath. Gently blow the air over the lips as you lower your arms down to your sides. And again, breathe in and out. Bring your feet together. Bending your knees, raise both feet up to 90-degree angle. And remember, do support the backs of your legs if you wish to. Point your toes upwards. Release. You'll feel your lower abdominals engage as you do this. Push your heels upwards. Release. Point the toes upwards. Release. Push your heels upwards. Release. Bend your knees. Hug your shins for a moment. Press down deeply. Paschimottanasana. We hold for a few moments. Deep compression within the groin, stimulating the lymphs in the lower part of the body. And then raise the legs up again. Take your right foot a little way to the right side. If you can't hold that position, support the backs of your legs with your hands. Point your toes upwards. Release. Push your heels upwards. Release. Point your toes upwards. Release. Push your heels upwards. Release. Bring your feet together. Bend your knees down. Hug your shins. Press down for a moment. And then raise the legs up again. Take your left foot a little way to the left side. Don't go too far. Point your toes upwards. Release. Push your heels upwards. Release. Point your toes upwards. Release. Push your heels upwards. And release. Bring your feet together once again. Knees to chest. Hug your shins. Press down and hold. Releasing your hands, bring your feet onto the mat. Bringing your hands down to your sides. Now we're going to go into an inverted position. Now if you cannot do a half shoulder stand, which I'll show you now, this is a half shoulder stand called Vipariti Karani. You see the feet are sort of over the head like that in a half position. Very different from a full shoulder stand, which is upright like so. So we're going into half shoulder stand. Now if you find that you cannot raise your hips off the mat, what I want you to do is hold on to the backs of your legs and gently draw the thighs towards the chest as you hold the position. This is to stretch that part of your back that's tight. So you hold that instead of doing a half shoulder stand. For everyone else, raising the legs from the feet from the floor up and rolling upwards into a half shoulder stand position. Feet together and just head straight. Do not make any sudden movements with your neck. Keep still, breathe and hold. We'll hold it for about 30 seconds. Stilling the mind, stilling the body. And then bending your knees, supporting your back with your hands, gently roll down. Bend your knees and bring your feet onto the mat. Going to counterpose that movement now. Separate your feet hip distance apart. Breathe in as you raise your pelvis and raise your arms above your head. Deep in breath. And breathing out as you slowly lower down. And again, breathe in, stretching and lifting. Breathe out as you lower down. Once more, breathe in, stretch and lift, pushing the pelvis upwards. And breathing out as you lower down. When you come down onto the mat, bring your feet together and gently rock your knees from side to side, just gently twisting the lumbar spine. Now you have a choice. You can either do the first level, which was holding on to the back of the legs and drawing the thighs towards you, or you can take up the half shoulder stand as you did before, that position, or for those who wish to go on, coming to the upright position where the ankle bones line up with your hip bones into a full shoulder stand. Will you take up any one of those three positions now? Holding a full shoulder stand, supporting your back with your hands. Stilling the mind. Many years ago, I remember teaching children, and when we did the shoulder stand, one of them said, "It's the angels picking me up by my toes." I've never forgotten that. Watch the flow of the breath and hold. All of this will increase the blood flow into your endocrine system, reversing the gravitational pull upon your body, aiding the venous return to your heart. Okay, now bend your knees, take it easy, take it slowly. Support your back with your hands and then roll down. Bend the knees, bring your feet down onto the mat. Feet and knees together. Counterposing, breathe in as you raise your pelvis, raise your back off the mat. Breathe out as you lower down. Breathe in, stretching and lifting. Breathe out as you lower down. One more. Breathe in, stretch and lift. Breathing out as you lower down. When you come down, gently rock your knees from side to side about 6 times. And then coming back to the central position. We're now going to go a little further with the movement. The alternative to the halasana, the plow, is a knees to chest position, holding on to just below the kneecaps and drawing the thighs quite close to the chest. And you can, if you wish to, just rock up and down like that a few times and then become still and then repeat it again as we hold the other postures. So the second level is the half plow, Ardha Halasana, the half plow, which is this position where you take your feet up and over your head into that position pushing the heels away, and you may hold that. It's a nice steady position. You can hold that position. For those who can, we go a little further. We take the hands a little further up the back. We take the feet over the back of the head, tucking the toes under into this position, and hands palms down on the mat. Will you take up either the knees to chest in gentle rocking, the half plow, or the full halasana, hands palms down? Don't splay your arms out. Try to get them closer. Hold. Breathing is restricted. And support your back, bend your knees, roll down. Bringing your feet down onto the mat. Counter pose, breathe in, raise the pelvis, raise your arms above your head, stretching. And breathe out as you lower down. Once more, breathe in. And out. Third time, breathe in. And out. Place your hands behind the back of your head and gently twist from side to side. From side to side. Once more, side to side. Releasing now. Slowly bring your hands to your sides. I will be extending more on these postures in the weeks to come. But that's sufficient for now because we do need to keep the back stretched. And of course, you've all heard me say that if you don't remember anything else, you will always do these forward stretching movements. Be careful when you start to sit upright. Do press your elbows into the mat if you can't come up easily. For those who can, you place your hands onto the front thighs, raise head and shoulders upwards, come up to a sitting position. Lock your knees, relax your shoulders back and down. We're going to do 4 level stretching to knee, mid-shin, ankles and toes. Paschimottanasana, the life nerve stretch. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, drop your hands to the sides of your knees. Elbows bend, roll your chin in towards your chest and aim your forehead down onto your knees. Hold for 5 breaths. In through the nose, blow the air over the lips. Come upright as you breathe in. Now the second time at knee level, you find it a little easier. Hands to the sides of the knees, elbows drop down, chin to chest, forehead to knees. 5 breaths. As you come up, breathe in. And as you breathe out, slide your hands to mid-shin. Elbows drop down, chin to chest, forehead to knees. 5 breaths. Come up on the in-breath. Breathe out, slide to mid-shin, elbows drop down, chin to chest, forehead to knees. 5 breaths. Come up as you breathe in. As you breathe out, slide down to ankle level, chin to chest, forehead to knees. 5 breaths. Come up on the in-breath. And once more, as you breathe out, slide down to ankle level, chin to chest, forehead to knees. 5 breaths. Come up as you breathe in. Once more, as you breathe out, slide down to ankle level, chin to chest, forehead to knees. 5 breaths. Return up as you breathe in. Roll the shoulders back and down as you breathe out. Tip your toes towards you. Raise both arms above your head as you breathe in. Breathing out, reach for your toes. Chin to chest, forehead to knees. 5 breaths. Come up, breathe in. Breathe out, reach for your toes. Lay your body down. Forehead to knees. 5 breaths. Releasing the hands, return to an upright position. Roll your shoulders back and down. Place your hands on your heart. Let your heart become a beacon of light. Be free within yourself. I am a free spirit. I am full of light. I am full of life. Namaste.